Thank you for joining, Chris. So I have a couple of questions in here.
Okay.
How do you see the AI changing browser interactions in the next few years?
That's an interesting one. I feel like right now there's a lot of attention on agentic workflows and allowing to automate browser through prompts and other kind of like agentic workflows. And I feel like this will not be as promising as many people think. Like if you imagine you prompt in, click on the button, I can rather click on a button myself rather than using a prompt for that. So I'm looking forward to how companies will cope with that in the future. Where I see a lot of value in AI is especially around validating systems. So the browser collects a lot of information about the state of the application at all times. And we're working towards, or the community I think works towards integrating that into the tools so they can use AI to validate the system and with validating a lot of things in the system with like a single prompt or like with less effort.
That's insightful. So coming to the next question, what can we expect after BiDi as web standards?
Ooh, that's also good. I mean, WebDev BiDi, even though we started working, or the working group has started working on it in 2018, so even though it's already 7 years old now, I think it will still take a little bit more time until all the features of BiDi and the protocol have been landed in the browser. And then we hopefully will see adjacent protocols, HTML standards, using BiDi to allow to interact with the page. So we see this already for accessibility, we see this already for authentication in the browser, and you can imagine everything you can do with the browser that is a part of the web standard, of the W3C web standard, can be modulated in a WebDev BiDi protocol, and I would love to see more of that happening in the future.
Yeah, BiDi is everything.
That's right.
How might browser standards evolve to accommodate AI?
I mean, there's right now a lot of hype around model context protocols, or MCP for short. I think there's a lot of value when we think about components and web components in itself. I think there's a lot of values having individual like components expose some sort of an MCP server themselves. So think about it. You have like a login component that exposes an MCP protocol or MCP. An MCP server that allows an agent to identify, oh, here's a login form and I can do this with the login form. Now compose a bunch of web components on a page. The agent will now starting to understand, okay, this page is composed of these components and they offer me to do these interaction of them. That's, I feel like, the way we can start going into a complete agentic workflow where the agent actually knows everything about the page and the semantic of it. And how, in the way the components, which components are used in the website. So that's, I think, will be an interesting way, and we will see how the model context protocol will shape out and how it will be accepted in the communities. And yeah, we'll see how that goes.
That's great. So one last question: message to the community.
Yeah, I mean, we're here at SeleniumConf, and I think we had a lot of fun and a lot of engagement with the people that not only built the tools, the automation tools, but also use them. And I feel like this is always a wonderful opportunity to connect and bring people along and allow them to contribute to the projects and be part of this community, because everyone is welcome.
Awesome. Thank you, Chris. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.